Right, you're going to go for a take 3. Okay, if you are, so this is going to be a one camera one. I have no idea what that's filming due to the, whoa, due to the, whoa, okay. Hi, how you going there? You having a good day? Happy Valentine's Day, folks. Wherever you're to in the world. Some plectrums would not go amiss. 3. The rest of them. I normally have on the floor. I normally have about 10 plectrums in my pockets. Which end up in washing machines. And I've got washing machines. Anyway. So I'm going to try take 3 of a song called Their Tale, which I wrote yesterday. And singing today because I didn't finish until 7 minutes past 11 at night, and it's quite a long song. I've done 2 takes of it in the pace that it needs to be sung at, which is it's a kind of jaunty one. Oh gosh, I've got the lyrics very precariously balanced on piles of CDs in box files on Burgundy Annual 2013. I'm going to try a slow version. I got so grumpy on the other takes, and I do apologise if you watch them. But I'm trying to do this in a lot of pain and a lot of disability. And as it is, I'm waiting for my fingers to stop hurting before I can start. I don't think it's going to happen. Anyway, okay. And there go the eyes. I'm so sorry. The eye muscles go with this disease as well, you see. It raises all your muscles. So when you blink, and the eyes try to focus, they just seize up. Other than that, so I'm bringing the microphone a little bit closer this time. I've been doing this kind of open mic. Kind of really open mic. The microphone's been over there. I'm nearly ready to start, folks. Maybe 30 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So sorry. Have the rhythm. Have the rhythm, Paul. 5, 6, 7. She watched me playing my lonesome tune, smiled at me through the smoky gloom, asked if I'd like to come back to her room, and added, no strings attached. She had a beauty that outshone stars, so out of place in a downtown bar. I raised an eyebrow and packed up my guitar. I said, surely there must be a catch. She said, there's one way to find out. Do as you planned if you're in doubt. I like the way you moved your melodies about. I felt them move in me. I was touched by your words. They said things to me that I've never heard. But if you'd rather not be disturbed, I understand completely. I looked for signs of gains on her face, but there was not a single trace. I've been given lines before as a prelude to the chase, but not a shade was present here. I said there's an unspoken implication that when we reach your destination there'll be an intimate situation. Am I reading things clear? She smiled, well, who can predict the future? Who can say what we do there? Do you think that I'm devoid of suitors, I laughed and said, not even amongst the blind. She said, thank you for the kind compliment. I don't think you said it in pretense. I shook my head. No, it was truly meant, and you bring several more to mind. She said, we can go, or you can stay. The world will continue on its way. Destiny brought us both here today, but she kept the from here on to us. I nodded and said, let's spin the wheel. Let's see what wondering will never reveal. If there's anything either of us need to conceal, or if we have much to discuss. She rose in silence and I matched her move. As we went outside, moonlight came into view. I mused her beauty if painted could grace the Louvre. She turned and noticed my stare. A penny for your thoughts she offered me. I said the world for yours, and she laughed enchantingly. I thought to say the stars looked at her with jealousy, but wasn't sure the moment was there. We made small talk down the midnight streets, and then she said, well, we can rein in our feet. Took out a key and said, our voyage is complete. Paused and asked, or has it just begun? We went inside and she took our coats, brought 2 coffees in to relax our throats. She said, tell me about that song you wrote. I asked which, and she smiled, anyone. I grinned, well, there's a remit that's pretty wide. I don't explain them well, Lord knows I've tried. Mostly I write when I'm feeling inside. In a soft voice she asked, and what's that now? I said, I'm sitting gazing at beauty, unbound. My trepidation pulses that beating sound. My words came like I was dragging them over deep trench ground, but I had to persevere somehow. I've been thrown invites many times, accepted some, many more I've declined. But this feels different, it doesn't feel designed. And your side I'm curious to hear. She said, the truth is I was out this evening just passing by and heard words intriguing, a voice singing something he truly believed in with a passion and fire so clear. She asked, what did you think when I approached you? Was I a stranger or someone who used to know you? A new friend or a soul stealer to dispose you? I grinned and said, all of those and more. She laughed with her lips and also with her eyes, teasingly said, I'm the one who compromised. She let her hand briefly soft land on my thigh, and she beckoned me to the next door. I followed her in, and she dimmed the light. We stood face to face and the air grew tight. She said, you can lie to me tomorrow if you're honest with me tonight. Her jade eyes closed and I kissed their shielding lids. I slow slid my tongue down her soft cheek, felt a flood of warmth as our mouths did meet. When we were undressed, we let our bodies speak, and not a secret did they keep hid. When the sun was rising, we were still entwined, receiving, responding, 2 souls, 1 mind. Inside heaven's door where love is defined by giving with no thought of gain. We talked between and talked around. secret hallways showed me treasure found. The sky could have fallen, the seas run aground. We knew moments that would forever remain. We slept for a while and then, as if on cue, we woke and both said, I was dreaming of you. I took her fingers in mine and said, I swear this is true. If this is all, then my heart will break. I've known many faces but so few names. Many excuses had I made to my shame, but this is a spark I wish to see flame. Goodbye from your lips would be too hard to take. She lifted her head from my chest, smiled most radiant and said, I confess, your thoughts are mine. I want nothing less than to see how far this can grow. It might last a day or many a year. One thing I know that's already clear. It's like you and I have always been here. I nodded and said, I know. We showered and made plans for the day. However long we spoke, there was much more to say. We knew something special had come our way, to be nurtured into full bloom. Could you write me a song? She suddenly inquired. How could I not? In all ways you inspire. You intrigue and enchant, set all my senses on fire. I began, she watched me playing my lonesome tune. That's as good as you're going to get, dear friends. The fingers have gone. Hey, oh goodness me. Well, A, I'm a vegetarian. B, I'm leg paralysed. And C, you think I got a there's a huge wood pigeon that's just landed. There's a patio table outside. And it's where I feed the birds because there's so many stray cats in the village where I live. You know, because the farmers breed them to keep what they class as rodent populations down, and then, you know, they spread their legs and you know, come out to where there's easier food to be found. But this pigeon must be the size of a dodo. What? You want an encore? Oh, and here's his mate now. So I'm kind of stuck now because I don't want to move because they will fly away and I want them to have some food. Okay, well, the second one has just chased the first one off, so I'm not too pleased with you. Bullying isn't nice. I think you are. No. Okay. Thank you so much for your time, my dear friends. And just before I go, I'm going to do a little bit of a hard sell. I wish I hadn't been grumpy on take 2 because it's a nice love song, you know. Oh, I don't know if I explained it, but so the denouement of the song is that the last line of the song, She Watched Me Playing My Lonesome Tune, is the first line of the song. So the kind of the twist in the tale of the song is, so the song starts, the narrative, She watched me play my lonesome tune, and smiled to me through the smoky gloom. Well, you know the words because I've just sung them to you. And then you go through the song, you know, and you know, and then they talk. Well, it's a bit forward here. I'm not really sure what's going on. But she's being genuine, you know. You know, she's not promising him anything intimate at the start. You know, she says, you know, I just like your words. Who knows what the future's going to hold? But then they get back and they talk through this midnight streets, and they find they've got a lot in common. I'm recounting a story that you've just heard earlier, you know, and then they, you know, and they find each other laughing and they're saying, so they find that, you know, so there's all kinds of attractions there, synaptic, emotional, physical, and on humorous grounds as well, you know. And then she leads him into the bedroom where they are intimate, more than a couple of times, I think the lyric indicates. And then the next morning they're talking, they're making plans for the day, rather than making excuses, you know. Oh, well, you know, I got something on tonight, I got somewhere I've got to be now, and you know, and the lady said, well, yeah, me too, yeah, so you know, I'll call you, I'll text you, or whatever, I'll DM you. I have no idea what the dating phrases are these days, you know. Back in my day, it was, oh, well, I've got a 2p piece for box lass, I'll give you a call. And so she's sitting on the bed, you know, and she suddenly, you know, sits up on the bed and says, hey, you know, could you write a song for me? And he says, you know, how could I not? How could you're so inspiring, how could I not write a song for you? And the opening line of the song is this song here. And so then you find out that the song that you've been hearing is the song that she asked him to write in the last verse. But you know all that, and I've just explained it to you, but at least I haven't disturbed the robins that are out there. There's two of them trying to peck away at an apple. They'll be there for a long time. And to my beautiful daughter Emily, who was 11 years old yesterday, I love you and your brother with all my heart and soul, wherever you to, and miss you like you can never imagine, and I don't want you to imagine. Be happy throughout your lives, my darlings. I gotta start parking this camera closer to me.